Hey there, Chiefs Kingdom. Welcome back to NFL Profiles, your ultimate source for everything Travis Kelce and Kansas City Chiefs related. Today, we've got a lineup of news that's hotter than a Kansas City barbecue on game day. But before we dive into the latest buzz surrounding Travis Kelce, his girlfriend Taylor Swift, and our beloved Chiefs, I want to take a moment to express our gratitude to each and every one of you, our fantastic subscribers. Your support fuels this channel, and we couldn't do it without you. Seriously, your comments and engagement mean the world to us. And speaking of comments, remember, the best ones from this video might just get a shout out in our next upload, so keep them coming. Now, let's get down to business. Today, we've got a trio of headlines that'll have you cheering louder than the Arrowhead Stadium crowd on game day. From Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's latest adventures to the buzz surrounding our Chiefs players, we've got all the juicy details right here. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's kick off this show with a touchdown-worthy lineup of news. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a beat. Alright, Chiefs Kingdom, let's dive into the action. Stay tuned, folks. You won't want to miss this. Thanks again for tuning in. Now, let's get this show on the road. Alright, folks, here's the first news we've got lined up for you today, and trust me, it's a big one. Taylor Swift's Eras Tour has made history as the most watched musical film on Disney+, pulling in a whopping 4.6 million views in just the first 3 days alone. Over its debut weekend, Disney reports that Swifties, and a few begrudging onlookers, we imagine, clocked in 16.2 million hours of the epic concert. According to Variety, Disney Plus shelled out over $75 million for streaming rights, adding to the $261.7 million in theatrical revenue that has already made the Eras Tour the highest-grossing concert film to date. If you haven't caught the streaming version because you've already hit the theaters, it's worth tuning in, even if we don't rank it among the best Disney Plus movies. There are more songs in the streaming version than in the theatrical release or digital drop, with additions like Wildest Dreams, The Archer, and Long Live. The Disney Plus version also boasts Cardigan, Death by a Thousand Cuts, Red, You Belong With Me, and I Bet You Think About Me. The numbers are staggering for a concert film. Check out these 3 great concert films if you're looking for a new one to watch, but as Casey Moore of What's on Netflix points out, they're not quite big enough to top the global streaming charts. It seems that's a chart even Taylor can't conquer. In a post on X/Twitter, Moore noted that while Taylor's viewing numbers are impressive, other titles are still pulling in more views. For comparison, in its first 3 days last week, Damsel had 35.3 million views, Moore explained. In fact, last week, the Eras Tour would have placed 5th on the top 10 list alongside Equalizer 3. So, how is it possible that a concert film deemed by many, as one of the greatest ever made and boasting a 99% on the tomato meter is being outpaced in streaming by a mediocre movie we called a misfire and has a comparatively lackluster 56% from Rotten Tomatoes critics? The explanation is pretty straightforward. Firstly, movies have broader appeal than concert films. And secondly, Netflix has way more eyeballs than Disney Plus. According to Nielsen figures for 2024, Disney Plus's share of viewing among smart TVs and TV-connected devices is at 1.9% compared to Netflix's 7.8%. That's a lot of TVs and a lot of viewers. Alright, folks, let's dive into our second news item, and trust me, it's a fun one. Even when Travis Kelce isn't directly talking about Taylor Swift on the New Heights podcast with his brother, Jason Kelce, he still manages to give a playful nod her way. While discussing Kenny Pickett's move from the Pittsburgh Steelers to the Philadelphia Eagles, and delving into how Pickett's relationship with his former team had soured, Travis casually broke into a rendition of how all that drama ended in bad blood. Ha! Yes, you heard it right, a nod to bad blood. I hope Swift got as big a kick out of it as I did. Way to go, Travis. Here's the moment along with some fan reactions on X, formerly Twitter.
In Philadelphia now. Kenny and the Steelers, their relationship ended in a little bad blood.
Alright, folks, we're delving into our third news story now, and trust me, it's as fascinating as it gets. Remember when we talked about Taylor Swift's concerts causing seismic activity in Seattle? Well, brace yourselves, because it seems the phenomenon isn't confined to just one city. In July, a geology professor and seismologist from Western Washington University discovered that Swift's performances in Seattle were on par with a magnitude 2.3 earthquake. Back then, it wasn't clear whether it was the fans or the sound systems causing the seismic activity. But hold on to your seats because it didn't end there. A group of scientists from Caltech and UCLA decided to investigate further. They studied the seismic activity during Swift's Karma show on August 5 at the SoFi Stadium in Inglewood for their paper titled Shake to the Beat, exploring the seismic signals and stadium response of concerts and music fans. On that night, Swift performed in front of approximately 70,000 people. The signals were recorded at regional seismic network stations located 9 kilometers, approximately 5.59 miles, from the stadium, as well as on strong motion sensors placed near and within the stadium before the concert series, the paper states. From there, they linked the signals to individual songs and verified the nature of the seismic source. Using spectrograms, which display the intensity of various signal frequencies over time, they were able to analyze the data. The research on the SoFi Stadium show revealed that each Swift song had a distinctive tremor signal. The researchers were able to identify 43 out of the 45 songs played in the recorded spectrograms. From there, they calculated the radiated energy of each song and then converted it into the local magnitude of an earthquake that would have radiated the same energy. Interestingly, the song with the highest local magnitude was Swift's hit, Shake It Off, which clocked in at 0.851. It's worth noting that this energy was released in just a few minutes, as opposed to 1 second in an earthquake of that size. Based on the maximum strength of the tremor, the strongest tremor equated to a magnitude 2 earthquake, said Gabriel Tepp from Caltech. After some deliberation, the team concluded that the dance and jumping movements of the audience in the SoFi Stadium, not the musical rhythms or reverberations from the sound system, generated the distinct harmonic tremors of the concert. Next, the researchers compared Swift's concert to Metallica's at SoFi. The heavy metal band performed on August 25th and 27th at the stadium. The band had the weakest signals in terms of the strongest magnitude of each concert, Tepp said.